What's up, everybody? It's your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions, and this is Saturday Night Tech Talk. I got a panel of YouTubers here, and we're gonna have us some fun tonight. Every Saturday night, this is how we do it, right here. Easy Computer Solutions. I got everybody on deck. That's what I'm talking about. So, before we get started, somebody got their look. It always happens, by the way. People,
that was me. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It always happens. I thought it was me this time when I heard
the feedback. Your feedback, and I'm like, oh no, what am I doing?
All right, so Corey, we're gonna let everybody know who you are.
Oh man, I'm up first. So my name's Corey. I'm one half of the tech couple. Me and my wife have a YouTube channel. I don't say we strictly cover tech, but we're pretty open, just pretty much stuff we're into. It's a dope channel. I'm really into production and video design, so I try to give a really high quality production. But yeah, check it out, like it, subscribe it, share it with your friends. Appreciate Easy letting us be here again, and that's all I got.
Yes. Hey man, let me tell you something, man. I admire you and your wife. You know, y'all the first ones that I've ever met that does a YouTube channel together. See, that was my thoughts. I said, you know what? I need to get me and my wife to do video together. But she don't know anything about tech. But she has a cake channel. But I don't know anything about cake. So we kind of work together on that too. Yeah. So man, but y'all awesome. Check them out. He's rocking. Man, I tell you, last time y'all was here, man, you was right under 1,000 subscribers, but
yeah,
here almost at 1,200. Congratulations to you, almost 1,200 subscribers, and hopefully after tonight you be to bust that 12,000, man. That's the goal.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Congratulations on the channel.
Thank you, sir.
You blowing up right now, man. That's awesome. All right, so we got Aaron in the building. What's up with you? Let everybody know who you are.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Enan from Udroid Mania, and on my channel, I pretty much focus around accessories and items that you might need for these flagship devices out there. So that's what you're going to see. I'm building a community where we can help each other figure out the best things that are out there in the market. So stop by, check me out.
That's right, man. Man, you all right, man. I'm looking at you. And you talk about your banner, man. Your banner looks slick here, and you're doing your thing. I like that you got it.
I'm in good company tonight.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying. I'm here in good company. So
you're doing your thing, man. I tell you, got an awesome channel. Check him out. He got 28,000 subscribers. So check him out. Udroid Mania in the building, man. That's what I'm talking about. See, people be always talking about they've coming on to a big YouTube channel with me. And look, I'm small change.
Nah, we all in this together. I'm small exactly. In my world, so it's all good. You know, I got a lot to learn and a lot still left to do.
That's what I'm talking about. And I got my man Ace in the building. Let everybody know who you are, sir.
Hey, what's happening? I'm Ace Lucero. My YouTube page is Ace Lucero. I make YouTube videos regarding Android, like whatever's hot, you know. And usually what's hot, it's a Samsung device or the Pixel's out right now. So this is all the talk. So I do videos on that. One of the reasons I started making videos is I wanted to prove to people that you didn't need like a $10,000 camera. You didn't need all this fancy production stuff. If you just have a phone, all you got to do, man, is get like a tripod, 30 bucks at Walmart. You set up on the table and you start talking. Or if you have a message to say you're like an activist or something, you whip out that tripod, put it on you, or you film the cops, whatever you're doing, man, and you get your message out there. A lot of people, they're sitting at home all frustrated because they feel, oh man, I don't have like the money to invest in this. Or no, all you need is your Moto G 3rd Gen, and you can be making videos, getting your message out there. And real quick, I want to give a shout out to Richard Yarel, O Jackson Ali, Tana Does Tech, and Techzilla. Those are my boys. Samsung Knights in the house.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Right, we got Samsung Knights in the building. That's what I'm talking about, man.
That's right.
You know what? I like it. I like your banner, man. That's awesome, man. Shouts out to Tanner, man. He does a good job.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit him up.
This thing. Yeah. So yeah, man. Like I say, doing YouTube, it has to be fun. Has to be fun, Oh, yeah. Check him out. He got his YouTube channel, 313 subscribers, guys. Look like he just picked one up since we went on the air. So
I'm climbing, man. I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You know,
talking
and
about.
my videos, I want to just do videos for like the average person, you know, because I don't do like, I could be like a spec person. I could be talking about all this and all that, but I want to make sure that I'm doing videos that the average person can understand. You know, we work hard for our money. And like right now, I'm just testing this thing out, okay? The Pixel 2 XL. I got like, I don't know, 12 or 13 more days before I can send it back. If it's trash, it's going back. If it's good, it's staying, you know?
Is that a skin or is that the actual Panda version?
The Panda.
Nice. Oh no, this is the actual Panda, the 64 gigabyte version.
I couldn't get it. I could only get the black.
I missed out, man. Because a couple times that I did check, it wasn't there. And the one time, and then this is the same color as my Nexus 6. Okay. So there you go.
There it is. But that's what I'm talking about. So welcome, gentlemen, to the show. And man, I mean, I'm so excited because every week is always fun. Like I can't wait till Wednesdays and Saturdays, right? And Wednesdays be good, but boy, I tell you, Saturdays, you know, when the guys come aboard, we always have a very entertaining night. It's close to the end of the year. I want to give a shout out to everybody. Look, Vulcan Project is in the building. I want to give a huge shout out to that guy.
Shout out.
Yeah, because I tell you what, man, I watch his YouTube channel. He was on my show before. He keeps it real. He keeps it real, man. I want to give you a huge shout out, man, because I watch all your videos. You keep it real. I really like it, and so thank you. And he's been on my show. He took care of business, and I got to get you back on. So yeah, but we at the end. Listen, we at the end of the year. All the phones is out, right? I mean, we got Huawei. This had their key to address. We got the Pixels. We got the iPhones. We got everything. All right. So now, since we got all the devices out, what is your favorite phone of 2017 so far? Let's get into it. And I already know when we talk. We already know one person has got to be the iPhone. But Corey, you know, I mean, you got to have a open mind here, right?
I do.
Well, besides the iPhone.
If I were to go besides the iPhone, honestly, with all the hell it's gotten, with all of the issues it have, I would go Pixel 2. And I'll tell you why. I really appreciate when the entire experience is controlled by one person. So obviously Google controls Android. They control the hardware. I've found in everything I've done, whether it's video games, computers, cell phones, tablets, when everything's done in-house by the same group, it's hands down a better experience.
Right. And you know what? I agree with you. And one of the reasons why I like Samsung, and I'm actually making a video right now, kind of giving my thoughts about the Galaxy Note 8. And it's one of those devices that I like it, but I'm with you on that. Having the Nexus 6P and having Google Pixel of last year, you're right, man. I mean, having stock Android has its good parts and its bad parts. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Google Pixel been going through hell and high water over the past month because of the screen and all this stuff like that. But if you get past that, Google has stepped up. Google then fixed it. So, hey, shout out to Google for taking care of business. But, hey, look, Aaron, what you think, man? What is your favorite phone so far in 2017?
For me, 2017 has got to be the Note 8. I mean, all the way, hands down. I say this all the time. There's no better phone out there for me right now than the Note 8. I mean, I got the iPhone 10. I got the Essential phone. I just got the Razer phone the other day. I mean, I got them all sitting right here. But, I mean, for what I do every day, it's the Note. I watch a lot of media on my phones, and really, you can't beat this display. I mean, the display, they build the displays for the iPhone, so it's nothing like a Samsung display. Everybody know it. So, I use the S Pen every day, and then just pure, it's not pure Android, but Android as a whole, being able to customize it. I mean, the Note it's the one for me.
So let me ask you a question, fellas. Don't you think that this year was like a TikTok, like beta testing, and we got devices that were supposed to come out, like the Essential phone at a high price, but it didn't come out, and and all of a sudden it came out, it was trash, and then all of a sudden I had the best phone in 2017. Then we got the Pixel, and then we got the iPhone. Some people said the iPhone was beta, but now the iPhone is doing good. I mean, don't you think that this year was kind of more beta test? We got 18:9 aspect ratio, right? G6. I want to give a shout out to the G6. Wasn't that the first one that came out with the 18:9 aspect ratio, right? And then everybody followed suit. So I felt that this year is a turnaround. Like things are changing. Then all of a sudden we're going into 2018. The rumor has it that we will, and shouts out to ZTE and the Butterfly phone, that we get foldable displays in 2018. So I think, do y'all think that this year was more of a beta testing type year, and they kind of tested the market? Because think about what OnePlus did. OnePlus came out with an 18:9 aspect ratio phone. I mean, I wouldn't even think that they'll do that, but all of a sudden everybody was 18:9 aspect ratio, and all of a sudden OnePlus come out with theirs. So going into 2018, what y'all thoughts? I mean, what are we gonna see in 2018 since we've been beta testers in 2017?
I think 2017 was more of a breakthrough year. Like Samsung corrected the mistake they did last year with the Note 7. I think the Google Pixel, so far from what I'm seeing, this Google Pixel is a major upgrade from the Google Pixel first generation. So I mean, I think 2017 was a lot of improvements and a lot of fixing of the mistakes that some companies made. And like you said, there's the beta testing is going on. One of the things I love the most, like with these Samsung displays and all of them, I love the Edge feature that where you can bring your apps out, that Edge display thing you got going on there. My favorite phone in 2017 is the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. No, not just because I'm a Samsung knight, because the features on there are amazing. Okay, I'm over here using this Pixel, and I don't have that Edge feature to swipe out, and I keep hitting it. I'm like, damn, I want it, but I don't got it. But I'm not even looking ahead right now to 2018. It's going to be upon us whether we like it or not. Tech moves really quick. Basically, I'm still enjoying what we got going on in 2017. Like the Note 8. I think the Note 8 is great, but the only reason I didn't say the Note 8 was the best phone of 2017 is I don't use the stylus. So what I did is I gave this Note 8 to my girlfriend, and she's currently using the regular S8, but I just gave it to my girlfriend. She's letting me use it for this video, but I'm telling you, man, I don't use the stylus, so that's why I gave the 2017 trophy to the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. The battery, the display, the all-out experience with it is amazing.
Right. So before we even get started, finish up here, I didn't even get shouts out to everybody that's in the building. I see a lot of y'all guys coming along. Let's see. Let's talk to some of these people in the streams here. All right. So we got Rob Ponce in the building. Tech Val is in the building. Catwoman is in the building. All right. We got Ray is in the building. Let's see. Who else we got? Beverly is in the building. And who else we got in the building? I'm kind of scrolling up and say, hey, I love. He chose to blast me with the blooper. Uh-oh. Somebody had bloopers.
She's talking about man. What video was that? I don't even the monitor video. It might have been the monitor video. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She messed up, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it.
Oh, that's right.
It's in the video.
It's all jokes. It's all jokes.
Exactly.
That's the new video. Look, that's the new video y'all made, right? And you did it the beginning, then I was like, boop, you did it again. Yeah, all right, cool. Shout out. All right, so let's see. You guys are too cute. All right, so Tech Valley giving some good compliments there. But we got a whole game lineup. All right. But look, let me ask you this question. Since we're talking about 2018, right? You say we're not looking ahead to 2018, but hell, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, CES is here.
It's upon us. It's right there.
So when CES comes, we're hearing that Samsung is going to have a keynote address. Are y'all ready for it?
Oh, I'm ready.
Qualcomm has unrevealed the 845 processor. We hear rumors that the Galaxy S9 gonna keep the same body style, go thin them bezels up a little bit.
Yeah.
We got a new DeX coming. We hearing the Galaxy X foldable display coming. We hearing Motorola and HTC and all Sony and everybody go do something at CES.
You know, so, speaking of Sony too, man, Sony got to step up a little bit. I mean, I like Square phones. I love Sony phones. I've been with them for a long time, but they got to step up their game. I mean, they still stuck.
Yeah,
I mean, they got to. You know, it's about to be 2018, and the Xperia still looks like the very first one.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you, and I say this a lot, and I will say this. Besides, I gave the screen quality of 2017 to the Sony XZ Premium.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that 4K display. People be like, "Man, you crazy!" I'm telling you, if you didn't see that Sony XZ Premium, go look at that 4K display. That it is IPS. That panel is absolutely gorgeous. It is a phone that I got sitting in the box because I don't use it anymore.
Yeah.
But oh my God, that's the best display I ever saw.
I bought it twice. I returned it twice, but I bought it twice because
oh my,
you know, I was just trying to ride with them. But it's just so that phone is huge. It's huge. It's you know you can't one hand that phone at all. I mean, the display is great. The camera was great. They were doing different things, new things, but Sony got to change that body style. Yeah,
they got yeah. You know what? They've been having the same body style for the last 5-10 years, 5 years at least. The Xperia device has been looking the same. God, I mean, ever since 2012 or something. Yeah, they need to change something, man.
Yeah. I mean, you know, but Sony pushed us along in a lot of different ways, you know, in my opinion, too, because they were one of the first ones, you know, that I remember starting off with the phones being in terms of the same line, like Samsung is starting to do, like OnePlus is starting to do with getting a phone every 6 months, right? Sony, that was always one of my biggest problems with them is because I knew the minute I bought the phone, another one was going to come out, and then another one. Let me just see. I see some stuff popping up here in the comments. I mean, which is good, but at the same time, you know, that was one of the things that kind of held me back, and I had to shift gears, and that's kind of when I fell on Samsung.
Yep. So, Corey.
Yes, sir.
You know, y'all educated me this past Wednesday. The ladies educated me this past Wednesday, right? With this HomeKit stuff, man. Y'all showed me some stuff that I ain't never. Listen, I got every iPhone. Let me tell you something, man. I got every iPhone from I got all, and I never use it, right? The iPhone 10, and the iPhone 10 is literally the first time I ever used an iPhone, besides me buying them and just putting them back in the box. And I'm gonna tell you, the stuff y'all was showing me with HomeKit and y'all lights turning off and on and got everything set on timers and all that, you controlling everything from the phone. I was blown away. Now, you asked me about it. The ladies told me about the Apple Watch, right? And spoiler alert, I got one coming, right? So listen, I'm gonna see what it's all about, man. Cause look, man, I've been on Android well, man, you know, and I've been rocking and rolling with the iPhone 10. All right, I've been rocking and rolling, and let's see what it's all about. I'm gonna go all in.
Hey, go and check. And I'm gonna see the spin
because I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go buy all these this HomeKit stuff, all this stuff that you got the sync and all this with your phone. I'm getting all that home automated stuff, man. I was excited. I'm like, damn, I'm like telling my wife, I'm like, man, they got the nice and all that stuff. I'm like, nah, let's do something about that. I gotta do something about that.
It's come a long way. Yep. I'll say that. It wasn't what it is in iOS 11 and iOS 10. There were some issues that they weren't focused on you being in a family of people who are into technology. It was more so focused on one person. Now they realize, hey, you know what? There's multiple people using our products. Maybe we should make HomeKit family friendly. So they're getting, a lot of people are starting to do it. Now I'm appreciating, there was a lot of dope stuff on Android, on iPhone, just in general, but it wasn't tailored to a group of people, like a husband and wife, a boyfriend and girlfriend, you and your kids. Now they're starting to kind of revisit that and say, you know what? We need to bring the family aspect back into all of our technology, sharing pictures, all that jazz.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I mean, and look, one of the things that I'm looking for, I see. Look, Ace, I hear you, man. That's what you got to do right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Saturday night, that's what you got. Pop the button. It's all good. Hey, one of the things that I'm looking forward to in 2018 is one thing I'm looking at prices, because Apple, everybody was laughing at Apple, talking about $1,000 phone, it ain't gonna sell, even though Apple had already sold $1,000 phones. But everybody like Samsung did it, Apple did, and you know what's so funny? Some of them got bit. If Central Phone tried to come out with an $800 phone, it ain't gonna happen, right?
Yeah, that was a nightmare. Yeah, and I bought that again too. I bought that twice too.
I wasn't even interested in getting the Essential phone. And usually, if there's a phone that's really interesting, boom, I jump on it. I seen the Essential phone, and I was like waiting for the symbol crash. I'm like, is this a joke? What's going on? And I'm not trying to be a hater or nothing, man. I'm just saying I seen what it was, and I was like, all right.
It's not that bad for me. Now that I've been using it for a little while, it's really not that bad. I mean, when I would say in terms of Android right now, out of all the Android devices that I have right now, it's my Note 8. And then when I'm not using that, I'm probably popping my SIM in the Essential phone. Why?
Oh, nice, man.
It's small. It's mostly all screen. I mean, it is, it's got a nice build to it. It's heavy, which I like. The battery gets me through the whole day. The camera's gotten better since they've been pushing a lot of updates, but it's not a bad phone, especially, the price keeps dropping. They're $300-$400 now. I mean, you for that price and the specs that you get and the body that you get with that phone, I think is a good deal now. I mean,
so let me ask you a question. A lot of people been kicking this around. Do you think that the OnePlus 5T is a candidate for phone of the year?
Here's the thing with that. I really wanted to get that phone. Here's the deal, man. And it's not really, well, anyway, it's not compatible with Verizon, and I'm on Verizon, so I really wanted to get that OnePlus 5T. Verizon, same thing with the Razer phone, but yeah, the OnePlus 5T, I think if it was compatible with Verizon, I wouldn't have this right now. I'd have the OnePlus 5T. I'd be testing that right now, but hey, no go.
So what, Aaron, what do you think?
So, I think it's got the possibility, but I will say this. I mean, and I think you even mentioned this one time too, is that when you go to any store, right? And I'm not talking about shopping online, but when you go to any store, if it's not us right here in the tech community, there's only two phones out there. It's an iPhone and it's a Samsung, right? You're not gonna find accessories. You're not gonna find. You're not finding, you can't get a case for that. You can't get screen protectors. It's like, that's my problem when I go outside of, the big brand phones that are out there, Samsung and iPhone. So the other thing is I've never seen a OnePlus anything in the wild other than me having it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The only OnePlus I've seen in the wild was the first. I only seen the only OnePlus I've ever seen was the first one. A friend of mine at Best Buy was rocking it, and that's it.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad phone. Man, that I don't know anybody that has them. It's a good phone. It ticks all the boxes, but that's just the reality. It's going to be hard to find anything for that phone, and you will definitely be, on your own. And not that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Yeah, you know what? If you went for our techies, right? If you went for our tech geeks that we are, do you think that anybody would know about a OnePlus 5 or you'll know about the Central phone because that's in the school.
Yeah.
But would you even know about OnePlus if it wasn't for techies?
People barely know about the Google Pixel.
Google got a lot of they got a lot of marketing dollars though. I do see commercials.
Yeah, they do. But guess what? I work with the general public, and I'm always checking out people's phones. I'm like the phone stuffer, right? I'm like, hey, what kind of phone you got? Hey, that's cool. I have yet to see a Google Pixel anywhere. I keep seeing iPhones, and I keep seeing Samsung everywhere. And I wish people would, hey, be diverse. I rarely see any Moto devices anywhere.
Yeah. You know
Maybe
what?
it's
You're
because of
right.
where I live. I don't know.
No,
You
no, I
know-
think that's common. You're not going to see
You know
it.
what? You know what? I want to piggyback off that because think about this. If you walk in the mall, if you walk in any high school, I take my daughter in high school, so I'm always going to the high school. If you go to a high school function, all you're going to see for the millennials, 90%, 99%, including teachers, go have an iPhone.
And let me tell you why. Snapchat. Because my daughter's 15 and I can't get her off of Snapchat. And everybody says it works better on an iPhone. I don't use Snapchat that much. I can't really, testify to that, but that's what I hear. And everybody, they're all on Snapchat.
Yeah, Corey, do you see that a lot?
Yes, sir.
Everywhere you go at, iPhones everywhere.
I can't tell you the last time I saw, and like I've been sitting there listening to everyone trying to think, like, dang, what was the last time I saw something that wasn't some version of a Note, some version of an iPhone? I'm drawing complete blanks. All I see is S6, S7, S8, S8 Plus, Note 5, Note 8. Like, I don't see anything but Samsung. I have one friend. He has the original Pixel. Aside from that, everyone is just an iPhone or an Android. Unless you're like not really into phones at all, so you have like
Boost Mobile.
something like
Like you have like a ZTE, like a ZTE phone from like Walmart or something.
Like, it was free and it was a smartphone, so I picked it up. You know what I'm saying?
Straight talk.
Yeah. Like you'll see the ZTE phones like hanging on a peg right at a Dollar General or something. You're like, oh yeah, like $6. Just put it.
I get on Facebook.
I get on. Yeah. But don't get me wrong, ZTE is what the third company, like the third nation, like the biggest as far as mid-rangers or something like that. They up there. Now don't get me wrong. If you listen, in Metro PCS and Boost Mobile, they sell a hell out of ZTE phones. That's all they sell is ZTE phones, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's the hot seller. But that those are the devices that for people that don't want to go to the AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, and they go to their little neighborhood. Because everywhere you go, if you go in the hood, let's be real. If you go in the hood, you go see Boost Mobile and Metro PCS. That's all in the hood. I mean, I go to a corner store and they selling Metro PCS and Boost phones. I'm like, God, along with T-shirts and shoes and all kinds of stuff.
You can get it all.
And so that's what you see in the hood. Like, I mean, I'm not the only one that has been in the hood, but I know when I go in the hood, you go to a corner store or you go to the end of the block, you got a Boost Mobile or Metro PCS sign sitting right there. Mm-hmm. So when you walk in there, or you see, Cricket, right? You walk in there, what do you see? You got displays of ZTE phones all over the place. True. So, I mean, they're cheap, $100, right? Yeah. You get $10 all you could get data, right? I mean, it's cheap. People go there with $50 and you get, whatever, right? I mean, that's the times. I mean, it is what it is. Let me get into some comments. I see everybody blowing up the comments here. Let's see. True, kids today equals iPhones. There it is. Kids, iPhones. Let's see. Say you still AC? Are you still using the Moto G 3rd generation?
Oh, that's terrible. No, I'm not using the Moto G 3rd gen. That's usually the phone that's been the phone that I've been picking on lately, and that was my favorite budget phone of 2014. I think that's when it came out. So ever since then, there's some people that are like, "Hey man, are you still using the Moto G 3rd gen?" I'm like, "No, I'm not using the Moto G 3rd gen." Jesus.
And somebody posted something about Matt said something. I work with a few guys that have a BlackBerry Key 1 and they rave about it. What y'all think about the BlackBerry Key 1?
Oh man, the screen too small for me.
Yeah, I can't do it.
But they got the BlackBerry Motion, right? The BlackBerry just came out with a new phone that ditched the keyboard.
I didn't see that.
I mean, yeah, they got the new BlackBerry out. They just like the Key 1, but they ditched the keyboard. So that's it. I mean,
I think BlackBerry is a good chip. It's been that way for a long time.
Well, BlackBerry give it up. They got TCL that took over the ship now. So I mean, BlackBerry only supplying the software, and TCL is doing the hardware. So I mean, it's what it is. So I hear somebody got some feedback in the background, like somebody mic is rubbing against their clothes.
It might be me.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's you, Ace. All right.
This is my first live stream.
Somebody said Key One has a design and camera. Unfortunately, the keyboard sucks. Woo, you know what? That's the first time I ever heard that. Now I did watch Falcon video. He did talk. He compared the Key One with the Priv. I saw your video. See, I was watching your videos, and he did talk about the keyboard and the Key One, by the way. So yeah, I seen that video you made, Vulcan. But let's see. It is no longer true. BlackBerry, if you're using Android software, well, take for your needs in the building. Shout out to Lewis. I agree with you, man. For BlackBerry purists, right? They all did with the Android. Same thing with Microsoft people, right? I mean, think about this. Microsoft is selling a Galaxy Note 8 with Microsoft software in the Microsoft store next to the Microsoft devices. Come on, poof. Like, all right, poof. That's what you know.
That's what I say. Leave the hardware to somebody else. If you can't do it right yourself, I mean, we saw what happened with Microsoft phones. Let's not even go there. But you know, don't push your software on me.
Too bad.
Don't push your apps on me.
Yeah. And you know what? That's the thing. I mean, selling the phone for $1,000. Sweden, like you can't download it from the App Store.
Yeah.
Get it like they give you Dex. It ain't like they give you a free Dex with it or anything. They just give you the Microsoft Suite. You know.
Hey, real quick, guys. Do you want to see the worst thing of 2017? This is it right here.
Dongle.
This is the worst thing of 2000.
Yeah.
Man, I can't do this, man. I whipped out the Pixel 2 XL the other day. I didn't even think. I looked at this and I was like, I ain't taking that with me anywhere, man. And when I get to work with this Pixel 2 XL, one of my workstations is set up. I have everywhere I go, I got like these stereo things. Anyway, they're all set up for headphone jacks. One of them is set up for Bluetooth. I got a Bluetooth thing over here, and it's great. But man,
yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, Ace.
All forms of dongles, not even.
Man, and you get all these people, and this is aggravating, man. You get these people that are like, you know, they're swinging from Google's, you know what, and they're like, yeah, man. All of a sudden, the headphone jacks. They're trying to say that it's irrelevant. I'm using a headphone jack on this thing right now to talk, man. So I don't know what the hell's wrong with everybody, but you get people swinging from Google's, you know what, and they're like, oh yeah. All of a sudden, the same people a couple months ago that were talking about, yeah, man, headphone jack. Now that Google said, oh, you better not. Now they're walking away and all that stuff. They're a bunch of punks. That's who these people are, man.
Got no problem on that one.
So let's go and put it in play this, because listen, I'm gonna tell y'all guys right now, this is a real YouTube channel. And I'm gonna tell you, if they're swinging from Google nuts, they're swinging from fucking nuts. Because at the end of the day, I agree with you. These dongles suck major balls.
Got one of my hair right now.
That's what and the only reason I wasn't cussing is I cleaned up my YouTube channel because my nephews watch it. They're like 8 years old, 9 years old. So I'm their favorite uncle. So I don't want to be on there getting too out of hand, you know. But yeah, man, they're swinging from Google's nuts. I can't take it, man. And then they put the search bar on the bottom, which is actually all right. But first they put it on top, then they put it on the bottom. What are they going to do? Put it on the back of the phone next? I mean, it's all over the place, man.
Flip it over.
All right, so wait a minute. Tech Valor said, don't invite me to the dongle party. Shout out to Total Tech is in the building. Shout out to TK, he's in the building, and he call us savages. Right, look, here's the thing. And then here we got the Razor phone, right? Razor phone, they got rid of the headphone jack. Gaming device.
Yeah, and you know what? And so, like I said, I just got the Razor phone. I've been using it for 3 days now. And this dongle is nice, but every time I plug it in to YouTube, it freezes. I lose the audio, and then the video, then video starts to skip, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's this dongle. You gotta get rid of those. You need a headphone jack.
Dongles are trash.
Well, exactly, man.
Well, I mean, isn't Samsung gonna follow the headphone trend? Right?
You know, I don't think they're going to, man. I think Samsung's paying attention and they're listening. Samsung's known for correcting mistakes. Like the Samsung Galaxy S6, yes, that was a turning point. That was a different direction. But it was a bit of a mistake of a phone, the way that was such a tiny phone, no SD card. I hope Samsung's like, you know, because, you know, when you use like this phone, like the Note 8, it's all about versatility, man. You got your PIN, you got your SD card, you got a headphone jack. I mean, come on. I mean, we're not ready to lose headphone jacks yet. Everywhere I go, man, people got the head. Yeah, Bluetooth is cool, but everyone will agree. You know, that's just another thing for you to have to charge up, and it's aggravating. And I don't want another thing to have to charge. I got like 1,000 plugs over here in my room right now. I'm always charging something. You know. The hell with that! Like this, I want to go to the homeless shelter and give this away. I'm done, man.
You need a dongle? You need a dongle, bro? I got you.
I got you. But isn't it that they saying that all the big YouTubers, all the big boys are saying, get ready for it. The headphone jacks are going away.
The only reason they're saying that is because, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but all the big dogs, they're swinging from the nuts, man. I'm sorry. They're getting paid by Google. And Google's the one, you know, Daddy Google is the one, you know, doing the thing, man. So of course you're going to get. I hate to say their names, but you're going to get. I want to use their initials. You're going to have that chick EG. Then you're going to have the other dude MKB. Blah blah blah. Then you got like Techno. You know who? Then you got like that the Rivera guy who's cool. He's cool in my book. But he just did a review on the Pixel 2, man, and that dude was swinging. I was like, come on, man. I don't know. Of course, they're going to say whatever Google tells them to say. So I don't believe – I mean, I like the reviews here and there. They're real informative. Erica Griffin's a beast, but she's always smashing on the Samsung phones, and it is what it is. But you know what? These big tech reviewers, man, they're swinging from their sponsors. You know what, you know? And it's too bad.
I don't see Samsung doing it. I'll kind of tell you why. If everyone else drops, there's a core audience of people who don't care. Headphone jack, no headphone jack, it doesn't matter to them. But Samsung is going to grasp the people who have to have a headphone jack that may look at a Pixel 3 or an iPhone 10s or whatever they call it and be like, nah, I still need that headphone jack. And they're just immediately going to be like, I'm gravitating straight to Samsung. They're just going to, because realistically, when you think about dropping the headphone jack, I don't necessarily know if it's so beneficial where it's like, yeah, guys, drop it. It's got to go. It's going to make our phone so much better. No. And it
doesn't. It's for me now, like with this Google Pixel XL, it's one less feature now. It's one less weapon in the arsenal. You know, because I'm all about the Chromecast, and I Chromecast a lot. But whenever my Chromecast acts up, I have a not USB, RCA cables. You know, that's like Fred Flintstone. But I got RCA cables back there in the stereo, and I go and I plug it in the party. But if that happens with this thing, the party stops. You know what I mean? Everyone's gonna go to the bedrooms, and you know, it's terrible, man. You know, so. The headphone jacks, to me, it's still essential.
Well, the thing about it is, all right, so why did we get rid of headphone jacks? Apple did it.
There's a million excuses. We're going to make the batteries bigger. Blah. I mean, it's just nothing but excuses, man.
Apple did it. So before Apple did it, now I remember when the Mi Mix did it, right? The Mi Mix did it with no headphone jack, and then Motorola did it, right? With the Z2 Force, they don't have a headphone jack. Then the Echo phone did not have a headphone jack, right? So I don't know if Apple was the first, but Apple was the biggest. Yeah, so I don't think Apple was the first, but they was the biggest that did no headphone jack. Because I remember the Echo Pro that I got sitting over here collecting dust for like 6 months. It don't have a headphone jack. And then the Mi Mix don't have a headphone jack. And then when the iPhone 7, right? Was it the iPhone 7 with no headphone jack, right? All right, so when the iPhone 7 came out with no headphone jack. Now, at that point, everybody said, oh, shit, if Apple could do it, hey, it still charge $1,000? Hey, let's get on the hype train. Now that might only cost about what, 1 cent, 2 cents?
9.
See, that's always been my problem. When Apple does it, then it's official, right? Just like with now that the iPhone 10 changed their aspect ratio on the phone. I mean, I guess it's official now, right? Even though we already seen this earlier this year. The app developers have to catch up. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done to get this 18:9 aspect ratio to work. And just like, and see, this has always been my biggest thing, even when we look at the display technology, OLED versus IPS, right? Now that the iPhone 10 has an OLED display, it's going to be official. It's mainstream now. Like, they're the ones who push everything forward. So them removing the headphone jack, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. And you know what? Think about it. Okay, so what's next? Now we got phones that got one speaker. Now we got phones with 2 speakers. 1 speaker, 2 speakers, right? So I look at it like this. Okay, just say, for instance, Samsung is going to get rid of the headphone jack, right? Just say, okay, Samsung go do it. All right. Now we're going to have Apple and Samsung with no headphone jack. Then we go still see, $1,000 price points. So what is it what's next? What's next?
Well, the problem with it. Oh, here's a problem right now that I've been experiencing with Google, and I hate to be bashing on Google tonight, but Google giveth and Google taketh away. You'll have like right now. This phone is running perfect, right? All Google needs to do, and they will do it. I promise. They're going to release an update that's going to break it, and then a couple weeks later, I hope I'm not talking too loud. They'll release an update that'll fix it. That's what happened with my with my Pixel first gen. I had to send it back because once it got the 8.0 update, it was boot looping, it was doing all this crap. So I had to send it back. So that's the problem right now. So Google took the headphone jack away, then they'll bring it back. And then all the Google nut swingers will be like, well, you know what, man, headphone jacks are the way to go. And it's like,
they're cool, man.
If Samsung would put dual front-facing speakers on their phones, we'd be good to go. There'd be nothing better in the world if and if that day ever comes, it'll be a miracle. I don't see it coming, but that'd be great. But like right now, this Pixel 2 XL, dual front-facing speakers. My Nexus 6 had dual front-facing speakers. I love that thing. I retired it though. I haven't used it since, I guess, I don't know, a couple months, whatever. Anyway, I just, God, Google giveth and Google taketh away, and it gets old after a while.
Well, you think the reason why Google took the headphone jack away is because they see the success of the iPhone? I mean, because
that's the thing too. Look, I'm an old school Android guy, so I'm kind of an Android extremist. I'll be honest, and whenever Apple or iPhone does something, it's like, who cares? I'm an Android guy. If Apple were to disappear tomorrow, I wouldn't care. I haven't even touched an Apple phone in my life. I won't. It's not because I'm like some kind of hater. I'm in the Google ecosystem, and I'm in the Android ecosystem. I'm in the Samsung ecosystem. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't have any need for an iPhone at all.
So let me ask you the question, because you're a Samsung Knight, right? I like to ask questions of Samsung Knights, and I see this a lot in comments. And not this Samsung Knights, but I do see a lot of Android people go into iOS videos. Like, I'll post an Apple video, then you got Android purists, Android people coming, that's why it sucked, and that's why it sucked, and why you paying $1,000 for this phone, and it sucked. And I'm saying to myself, if you don't like the iPhone, why watch an Apple video? But
exactly.
You get flooded with with Android people that watch Apple videos. Also, they can put in the comments, you suck, you suck, you an asshole. Why you got an iPhone? It costs $1,000. And I'm saying to myself, now wait a minute. I spent $1,000 on the Sony XZ Premium. I spent $1,000 on the Note 8. Well, not really. Well, let me correct myself. I got the Note 8 kind of cheap, but the Note 8 was $1,000 when it first came out. So Android phones, and along with the Google Pixel, right, is with all the tax and screen protectors and cases, you'll sprint up a tiers of $1,000. So Apple was not the first to sell $1,000 phone, right? I mean, they all let's be real here. Apple has already had $1,000 phone. You go back to the iPhone 7 Plus, 128 gig. Wasn't that phone like $1,100?
Yeah,
I mean, that phone was
Apple
expensive.
Care, yeah.
Apple Care and tech. So when we get on this that people always put in the comments, I'm like, come on, you got to be kidding me, right? They put in the comments, it's $1,000 phone, and the next same thing I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. I mean, like 8 months ago, I just spent $1,000 on the XZ Premium. So I mean, a Sony phone, for goddamn sakes, right? A Sony phone was $1,000.
Well, I can tell you where a lot of this came from right now with Android people. It wasn't too long ago. If you wanted an Android phone to run right, you had to root the phone. There was no choice. If you wanted good battery life, if you wanted it to work the way you wanted to, you had to root the phone. So you got a lot of people, you know, if you've been using Android for like the last 4 or 5 years, you're still kind of suffering. I don't want to, it's like Android PTSD a little bit, because we all know Android is cool when it works, but when it doesn't work, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to just be stuck with a phone that sucks. So whenever you get it, and for years, these iPhone people were like, well, iPhone just works. iPhone just works. And they were telling the truth. It worked. But if anything, it made us Android people double down and be more defensive with Android. So now it's gotten to the point where you got a bunch of people that are like, oh, it's Android or nothing for me. iPhone sucks. And you got someone like me. It's not that I think Android sucks. I've never touched an Android phone, and I don't have time to get vested into another ecosystem at all. You know, for all I know, an iPhone could be the best thing in the world. I just don't have time for it. But you got a lot of people out there that don't know any better, and they're just going to be like, you know, iPhone sucks. And that's all they can say, because they've spent so many years getting hammered on, you know, by iPhone people, because their Android gadget was, you know, acting ridiculous.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And some people saying, leaving the comments saying we got a troll in the building. And I thought I had mods in the building. I got Gary in the building. Gary's in the building, and mod. So I'm gonna let y'all talk. I'm gonna go on to get some mods nominated right quick so we can get rid of some troll. It's always like that. You know, when you get, let me tell you something about YouTube, right? 3.5 years I've been on YouTube live streaming. Right? You always get these clowns that want their 5 minutes of fame, right? You get behind the screen and just sitting around, you know, think about it, right? They got the doors closed, right? And they sit behind the computer, right? They finish doing that, and they sit behind the computer calling you all kinds of names, right? And if you ever meet them in real life, you know, but you got to sit behind the computer. And they do.
You know, it's too bad, man. And it's always the people that are doing nothing that talk the loudest. Those trolls that are on there. I'm not looking at. I don't even know what the comments say. But the trolls that are on there right now, they're not doing nothing, man. They're at home. They don't know anything. They're not doing nothing to improve the world. They're not doing nothing to get their message out. Those trolls are probably frustrated because they don't know how to. I mean, it might be common sense to tech people like us. You get your phone, you make a video, you get your message out. But a lot of these people, they're just frustrated, man. They're like these guys that can't get a girlfriend, you know, or that never had a girlfriend, you know. I'm probably a little older than you guys, so you know, getting a girlfriend is just getting your girlfriend. But my whole life I've seen these dudes that were awkward around these guys, around the girls, man, and they couldn't do nothing. I was always like, just relax, guys, but they were just like weird. And then when they did get a girlfriend, they were like soft shoes, man. The girlfriend would be cheating on them. You know, they'd be having an affair in the dude's car, taking all the money. And it's like, and these are the guys that are out here trolling right now. I promise it who it is. These are the same guys giving all their money to their girlfriends, or, you know, the girlfriends right now. You know, I don't want to get too far into it, but these trolls, man, it's too bad, man.
Hey, man, you know what's so funny? Let me tell you something. I've been, like I said, y'all guys, YouTubers, y'all go through it just like we do. We drop a video, and to me, the first 48 hours to 2 days, you got to monitor your comments, because you get one prick. And for us black guys, I'm gonna tell you, for us, we go through it the hardest, because we get called the N-word all day long, like it's free speech.
Yeah,
that's too bad, man. And I don't mean to. I'll tell you right now, man. That's why I'm a liberty activist as well, man. Because, you know, I mean, I hate to turn this political and all that, but you know, when that one cop shot the black guy in the back like 7 times and then handcuffed him, I'm sorry, man. That pissed me off. And I've always been like active in politics, and you know, I'm not just active on the keyboard. I get out there and I talk to cops. I'm like, hey, you need to be cool. You need to honor the Constitution. Don't just do what your boss tells you. You know, so I'm all about that stuff. And whenever I see people throwing the N-word around, pisses me off, you know. And I'm not here virtue signaling. There's a lot of other names that people can use to call people, you know. Call people another name, but you don't need to be calling me a wetback. You don't need to be calling you the N-word. I won't even say it. And I listen to a lot of rap music, and it bothers me. I'm like, come on, man, don't be calling yourselves that word. It's so screwed up, man. And here's another thing. I mean, I just want to get this out real quick. You know, black people suffered for hundreds of years, okay? And and I hear different messages and all that, but I believe this: black people have built the United States with hard work and the labor. It was the labor of slaves that built this country, and black people have earned the right to wave that American flag. And black people should be saying, "Don't tread on me." That's how I feel.
Yeah, sure. It is. And you know what?
Sorry about that.
You're fine, bro. Let me tell you something, man. I always kind of leave the door open for all kinds of talk, man. I mean, we talking about tech, but sometimes it goes off, places, right, you know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good. It's all good. Listen, somebody put in the comments, and I got the mods in the building. They working hard now. $729 plus tax. You are spending almost $900 for a phone, and it's Android. That's all I'm going. That's all I'm saying. Now, the thing about it is, let's call it how it is, right? First of all, let's make sure we understand one thing. If a phone costs $799 to me, that's $800 plus dollars. Because I look at it like this: $799 plus tax will cost you about $870.
Yeah, and then you got to put
plus a case, plus a screen protector. It's going to be over $900. So when people always come accusing me for always misrepresenting prices, I always tell people I always include tax. I'm in Louisiana. It's 10% tax in Louisiana.
Your tax is sky.
Wow.
And so guess what? 10%. I'm in Louisiana. I'm 10% tax. That means if I buy something, so when I remember this. I bought the LG G6. I paid almost $900 for LG G6, and right now you could get it for free with milk and cookies. But I mean, you could get the LG
sandwich.
And the sandwich. I mean, think about it. You could go to a Sprint store, and they'd be swinging off a pole to try to give you an LG G6 right now. And that's what I'm saying. So when we buy phones, us tech reviewers, we spend all that money on a phone, and a plus tax. Then you're talking about $900, almost close to $1,000, almost for every phone that I buy. Let's be real here. I mean, you might say, well, it's easy, it's only $799. Bullshit, including tax, and I got to put a case on it because listen, I got clear cases. I don't rock my phones naked. I just don't see myself having $1,000 investment and not have a case on it. I'm just like that. I'm sorry.
The thing that I don't say irritates me, because I tell everyone, do what you want to do. Hey, I've seen the Spiggin. If you buy a phone, right, and if we're talking about a $700 phone, an $800 phone, a $900 phone, if you're so close where it's like $900 is cool after tax, $1,000, oh no, I want no part of it. Something's wrong. It's just $100. It's not that drastic to be like, nah, bro, I didn't pay $1,000. I paid $918.76. You're over there paying $1,084. Like, that's $100.
Yeah, people don't get that, you spend $800 or $900. Yeah, you spend $800 or $900 on that phone. You're going to buy a $50 case. Then you're going to put a screen protector. And by the way, I stopped using screen protectors back in 2014. I will not use a screen protector on a device. Gorilla Glass, ever since my Nexus 6 came out, I stopped using screen protectors. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy. For me, it completely ruins the experience because I have friends with their screen protectors, and I'm like, hey, let me check out your phone. And I can feel it. For me, I just don't like it. And I've been lucky, so knock on wood, but all my screens are not scratched, and thankfully. But I do put cases on everything. I will not run naked. I usually start out. I used to be an OtterBox Defender fanatic, but I was like, man, this is it was, especially once you start using a phone like the Note 8, you can, if you put a Defender case on this, you're going to be holding like a cinder block. I mean, so that's why I went over to the.
That's what they look like.
That's why I like using these spiking cases, man. These spiking cases are the truth, man. They're see-through, and I like being able to see what I got, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, see, I tell
I
everybody that thin cases. You always put a screen protector though, and I'll tell you why. The only reason is because one time I was in my car and I had my phone sitting on my lap, and the phone slid off my knee down the side of the seat underneath. I couldn't reach it for like a good 20 minutes. I couldn't get this phone. And when I finally got it out, there was a scratch on the screen just because of the way it felt. When it fell, it hit the metal for the, you know, when you move the seat back and forth. It hit the metal and it scratched the display. So after that, I'm like, I got to keep a screen protector on here.
That's a freak.
Well, you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm with you all the way on this.
Go ahead.
I'm with you all the way because look, my son's all grown up, so I don't got little kids anymore. But let's just say my son was little again, right? And I was carrying him, and my phone dropped. I'd drop him and catch the phone because I mean my son can heal, but the phone won't. You know what I mean? The phone, my son will heal, man. It's fine, but these things don't heal, man. I'm just being real, man. That's what I mean. I keep it real, man. That's why I make my videos. Hey, I keep it real, man. That's all.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons why I use screen protectors. It's because of me being a collector. I like to have my devices pristine. So
there you go.
Once about 5 years from now, I got phones that's been sitting over here for 5 or 6 years, and I can pull them out and not a scratch on that body.
Yeah.
That's funny you said that because right now, if I was to pull up my S3 right now, it's like that. And my S3, I don't want to even admit this, okay? But I was using the OtterBox Armor, okay? I was using that back then. That's how militant I was about taking care of my devices. So I'm over here using Armor cases, you know? So, but right now, I could whip it out of the box, and it's like perfect, pristine. So you're right.
Yeah, and you know, especially like, for instance, take the iPhone 10, right? I've been trying to use this thing. I don't want to put a case on it. It's a nice phone. I like it a lot. But the problem is, the very first time you drop this thing, it's going to be like a slow motion, right?
I'm getting nervous for you.
The very first time you drop this thing is over. And that's my problem. I never bought a phone.
Just get it. That's all you need is this. All you need is a clear case. This is a Tech 21. Yep, Tech 21. Yeah. That's all you need.
I got that case right here, as a matter of fact.
And the only reason why I'm not using my Tech 21 is because I'm reviewing the battery case.
Yeah.
But other than that, I use Tech 21, and I got a glass screen protector on there.
You know, with that case though, the reason why I took it off is because I put it on there and it made my phone feel like a iPhone 8 Plus. Like it made it that wide to me. I'm like, this is, you know, this is the 10. It's not supposed to be that wide. So that's the only reason why I took that off. But I like the case. It's just
one of the biggest reasons why I keep saying this to people that the 10 is a collector's item is because this is the major change Apple ever did. The iPhone 10 is an instant collector's item. I promise you, in 10 years, watch what I tell you if you try to resell it. And if it's in pristine condition, in 10 years, you know, people complain about $1,000.
Yep.
Gee, how much you think it's gonna be worth in 10 years?
Right.
You gotta hang on to
about it. Man, look. Let me tell you something. I just might buy me a second one just because of that.
True. I've been thinking about it myself. I don't even know why. Actually, I can tell you why. I bought an iPhone 10, another one, on Tuesday. And I'm gonna be completely honest about people who are fans of iPhones. For whatever reason, even though I had a Verizon iPhone 10 before, the fact that I have a SIM card tray, or a SIM card eject tool, and proof that it was factory unlocked, they'll go ham for that in the next fall. For whatever reason, like, it's factory unlocked. No, it works the same. They don't care. All your premium is factory unlocked. I'm like, all right, your wallet.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? You're lying. If you buy a phone straight from Apple, factory unlocked, and you got the original contents in the case, don't touch it, and you keep a case on that phone, the value of that device, especially Apple, especially this iPhone 10, it's like Bitcoin right now, right? It'd be like Bitcoin.
You know what? I never thought of that. You know what's funny? I never thought of that. But the other day when I was unboxing this thing, I went savage on I don't know what. It's like Christmas. Every time I open up these things, I just tore everything off. I threw all the plastic. I went crazy, and that's what I do every time I unbox a phone. And now I just realized that. Wait a minute, because I have like all these cables and chargers. I have like 5 USB-C things now. I didn't realize that I didn't have to. I just unboxed everything. I didn't have to do that.
I don't never do that. When I unbox something, I just show you this is the cable, and I put it right back in the box. I don't know
still got the tape on it.
Because I tell you what, because whenever you do send it back, or whenever you do sell it, you got to wrap up the cord. You got to try to pack it back in the box, and that's ridiculous, man. I've been through that. I tried selling something on Swappo once, and you should have seen the box is all like bulged out. I was like, "Oh my god, how embarrassing!" You know.
I carefully rip the plastic off so I can get to the phone. It still has the plastic wrapping on
it. Just beast mode. I got like a box over here too, man. It's ridiculous.
I got the plastic on it. I'll put it back on, and here they'll be like, "Oh, it's like brand new again."
Yeah.
And do you want to know the reason I do this is because there's a certain I don't know if we're allowed to say other people's names on here, but I watch a YouTuber who I like a lot, and he's always going beast mode when he's unboxing stuff. He's using the knife. He gets he floss card. Yeah, floss. He plucks it to the side. And I'm like, so that's why. So whenever I unbox something, even if I'm not recording it, I'm plugging it to the side. I got a cat walking on the table. It's not even my cat. So I'm a little bit too influenced by him. You know, I'll be honest. But to me, he's a great reviewer, man.
Dope, though.
White shoes.
But then you get like Erica Griffin, MKBHD. It's like, come on, man. They're like perfect. They're too perfect, and that's suspicious. You know.
Truth.
Yep. And you know what? At the end of the day, I look at it like this, especially when we go into 2018 when everything could be super expensive. I would tell you that when you do your unboxing, keep everything in the box because the resale value, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, you think about it like this. One of the biggest reasons why I would never sell my LG G6 is because spending almost $900 for it, I would have to sell this phone for like free.
Yeah, you can't sell it now. That's the thing.
That's the thing. You can't even sell this phone.
You know, and I sold mine months ago, but that was one of my go-to phones too before I got the Essential. I probably should have kept the G6 because you couldn't, for what I got for it, like you said, I took such a loss on that phone. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not taking a big loss on it, and that's my thing. I look at the market. So I paid $900 for it, and I'm looking at the market like, can I at least get 5 for it?
Yeah, no, I couldn't even. I'm not even gonna say what I got for it.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna tell you, for the LG G6 on the market, you damn near got to give them money to get this phone.
Yeah,
this is a good damn phone. That's the crazy thing about it. I love the LG G6. I love the rear camera. To me, the truth. The front camera's trash. But this phone is, I like it. I like the build quality. Listen, if I'm getting all G'd up going out, to happy hour, right? And when I'm picking a phone, I might pick the LG G6 because it's such an elegant, beautiful device. I mean, this is a gorgeous phone, and it's capable. It runs good.
The display was good.
It got good camera. The display is
good. Were good. I mean, with the headphone jack.
Right, phone, but at the end of the day, it's worth nothing.
Yeah, and that's tough. That's the toughest part about this tech, man, because just sitting here on this table, S8, Note 8, S8 Plus, Google Pixel, and I'm not even talking about my box over there with stuff. The way I see it, and this is the way I rationalize it, you're not going to live forever. And if you got to get like a second or third job to get that tech, do what you got to do, I guess. Be the best worker at your job. Maybe you get a raise. I don't know what to say about all this because you know what? Never mind. I don't want to say nothing on this. This is a bad subject right here, man, because, when you're just spending money like a drunk sailor, oh my God. And it's nothing for me. I'll pull the trigger in a heartbeat on a phone, Just about a month ago, I wasn't getting this. But, I was like, you know what, man? I don't want to be like the hater in the room being, I don't want to be talking about this phone and not know nothing about it. Because the one thing that I really wanted to know, I wanted to know about that blue tint on the Pixel 2 XL. And I got to tell you guys something. If you fire up the Note 8 or the S8 Plus or the S8 and you get a white screen on there and then you turn it 10 degrees like people, and no one does that, no one does this watch. Oh my God, look at the, no one does that. So, but if you do that with a Note 8, guess what it does? It turns a little gray. Now, what I like about, and this is going to sound crazy, what I like about the Google Pixel 2 XL, when you turn this thing 5 or 10 degrees, damn right, it's a blue tint. I like that blue tint because I like blues on my screens. I don't know if anyone's heard it from that angle yet, but I like blue. I like blue wallpapers. I like dark blue wallpapers. So whenever you turn this thing, it gets that. But no one ever does that. I've never ever looked at my phone sideways. I'm not.
Yeah.
Nuts. I don't know. I guess a crazy person's doing that. No, maybe if you got 2 people or 3 people looking over your shoulder and y'all are watching a video together, then maybe I can see how that's an issue. But it's turning blue. But if you're watching a video, it doesn't turn blue. But if you got your Note 8, oh, I just activated Assistant. But if you got your Note 8 and you do the same thing with it, but the fact of the matter is, this thing has saturated mode now, and saturated mode is the best. Now, the one thing I hate is excuses. And Google, my God, all they do is give us excuses day after day. They say stuff like, well, we're going for the natural look. No, you screwed up. What you did is you made you released crappy software and you fixed it. So now it's boosted. And I'm using the boosted mode because I use so much Samsung phones that whenever I get on the display that's from the bargain basement, shout out to Richard URL, whenever I'm using a phone from the bargain basement, the display kills me. Like it kills me inside softly, man. Anyway.
All right, so we lost you, Droid. He about to hit the button back.
Oh no.
He'll be back.
Yeah, he left. Oh yeah, he'd be back. All right, so I agree with you. You know what? At the end of the day, same thing with the V30. The V30 is like $850, and that's not even including tax. I mean, it's almost $900 to get that phone, right? And I'm saying to myself, man, everything that happened with the LG G6, that's one of the reasons why I did not bring in the V30. It's because of what happened with the LG G6. I mean, if I would have waited 30 days, I could have got the LG G6 at least $300 cheaper. 30 days. But it's just one of those things that, there we go, he got it back. That's one of those things that Android loses its value so much. That's the biggest point that, why, you think about this. You buy a phone that costs $1,000. Same thing with the Galaxy S8 Plus. I paid almost $900 for it, and
now it's going for like $500.
Right now, it's going for $500. So you're gonna lose at least $300 to almost close to $350 on the device. Same thing that happened to the Essential phone. What happened to people that went out and paid $800 for a Essential phone? Now that phone is like $200, right? I mean, gee whiz. I mean, like $300, brand new. I mean, if you wanted to sell your Essential phone that you'd have paid $750, $780 for, I mean, you're going to take at least a $400 loss on it.
Right. Oh, yeah. You're basically doing charity work at this point.
Right.
You're donating stuff at this point, and it's the nature of the beast, man. I mean, I know this sounds cliche. They say you got to pay to play, but my God, I'm going to be honest with y'all. And I always say this, and I'm probably just, I'm planning on, I shouldn't even say it. Okay, these are going to be the last phones I buy for a year. Yeah, right. I'll be buying the S9.
I don't know you're not buying that. I don't even believe that.
I'm always saying that,
Corey, I can see that. Now, here's the thing. Corey ain't gonna buy another phone until next year, right?
Nope. Well,
that's right.
Let me not say that. Now that we have this channel, and I feel like
look at it,
I have to be as unbiased, even though we're all biased to an extent. I have to try to give our audience everything, especially from the perspective of people who are like heavily invested. Like I've got an iPad Pro that I'm watching the chat from. I've got an iPhone 10. I'm streaming from my MacBook Pro. Like we are in the Apple ecosystem, hands down.
Yeah,
hardcore. it would be thousands of dollars for me to get out of it. So I feel like I owe it to people who are curious, who want to know like that perspective of what happens if you do jump. And for us, like when we did the Note 8, I didn't carry around a Note 8 and an iPhone. I carried around a Note 8. There was no iPhone. The iPhone was at the crib. So the kind of things that like I struggled with, like, you know, FaceTiming my mom or being in a group chat with my friends, like all these things I think is important for someone who's considering, because it's not like Androids aren't bad phones. iPhones aren't bad phones. We've gotten to a point where the smartphone revolution has kind of plateaued and everybody's making great stuff. It just depends on what you value. Isn't necessarily what I value. What I value isn't necessarily what you value.
Oh, exactly.
Which is like why I don't necessarily understand the. I mean, if we're gonna troll iPhone versus Android for fun, cool. I'm all down for laughs, good jokes, good one-liners, good punches. But there are people who are diehard, like pissed off, like it hurts them. It like they get mad. Like I'm like, dude, it's your phone. It's my phone.
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you. I know the Twitter story like a lot of times. I did a funeral video of the iPhone 5C, I think, right? And when I did the funeral video, somebody called me, and I got a phone call. You know, it says, "You son of a bitch, you better take that video down. If you Apple fans, man, we come kill you for fucking around with Apple, man. Don't do that to Apple, man. Take that video down." I was like, "Hey, it's a phone. It's fun." I'm like, "What are you talking about, man? It's a phone, man.
Right.
I'm just having fun. What are you talking about?"
I got that the other day on Hangouts, man. All of a sudden, somebody got crazy with me on Hangouts. They were like, "Oh, you're a Samsung now. They can't talk to you," and blah blah blah. And I was like, really? Are you crazy?" I'm like, "Who is this?" You know?
Right.
Couldn't believe somebody did that. You know, they actually reached out. I'm actually worried about somebody coming to my house. You know, ever since, look, I've been involved with Samsung Nights going way back. Richard and I go back to 2012. Long story short, I've only recently gone public, probably about 5 or 6 months ago, and when I did, oh my God, people lost their minds, you know, because they found out that, and I'm not going to release too much secret information here. You know how the Samsung Nights is we have a lot of stuff that's on the down low, but I represent like the intelligence department of the Samsung Nights, the secret division. And what I'm trying to say is we are everywhere. And I've mentioned that before to people. There's Samsung Nights in your guys' circle right now. I promise there is. Because I realize that.
Look, you know what's so funny? I remember having Richard Uall on my show. I had him on here, and I asked him, I said, "You know, you're the most hated guy on the internet." He's like, "Yeah, I know."
I'll tell you what. Yeah. Oh, I've had people come at me just because they found out that we're cool. And I'll tell you something about Richard, man. We go back to 2012, and if you go back and look at the comments, because he'd be commenting, he'd be cool with people. He knew so much it was pissing people off, and they just started attacking him. And I watched this happen for years, and sure, he got sick of it, man. And you know, when you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. You never know who you're messing with. And that dude, man, unleashed the beast. And the rest is kind of history, you know. But you know, I mean, I get that. I get that a lot. I mean, people, they get personal that, you know, hey, you're a Samsung Night. So I'll get a Hangouts message like at 3 in the morning. They'll be like, "You son of a," people will be cussing me out at 3 in the morning. "You son of a bitch. I don't trust anything you say now." And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's 3 in the morning. What is this?
Curse me out after 11, please. After 11 a.m.
No, I've had someone the other day from, they were, I think the dude was like across, like he was in France or England. He was like, "Oh, fuck the Samsung Nights." I'm like, what are you talking about, man? What do you mean, fuck the Samsung Nights? I'm like, what the hell did I even do to you, man? You know? Anyway, man.
I do have a question for you, but I do want to jump into tutorial. YC had made a statement about this. All Apple people hate green bubbles. And I will be honest with you, if you text me and it's like an emergency, like I don't mean like a real emergency, like you need something from me, message, I will purposely look at your phone, set a timer, and I'll hit you back like 20 minutes later. I'll be late. I'll be intentionally late. Like, sorry, bro. And I'll make up some excuse like, yeah, sorry, bro, I was busy. Had you had an iPhone, I'd probably be a little more prompt in my response. So yeah.
You know what, man? The other day, man, that's funny. That's funny you said that. Because the other day, I shouldn't even say this, man. My mom was trying to get a hold of me. My mom was like, hey, I haven't heard from you like in a month. I'm like, come on. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm not hiding, you know, but my mom, I'm like, what is this? And I tell that to all my friends. It's like, don't act like you can't find me, man. I'm everywhere. Only thing I'm not on Snapchat. But I'm on every other. I'm on all the platforms. So whenever someone says they can't get a hold, I'm even on Hangouts. I'm on Google. I'm on that Duo thing too, like, or Allo, I guess it's called. And I mean, that thing it's cool, but no one's using it. I'm like, me and my girlfriend are the only ones that use it, and no one's going to admit this, but every tech nerd always, if they have a girlfriend, every tech nerd tricks their girlfriend into using Hangouts or Allo. And that's a fact, man, because no one else is using it. I've tried getting people at work. I've tried getting my family members. They're like, just shut the hell up. They're all using iPhones or something, or text messaging, or the message in the bottle. I'm like, come on, people, man, let's get on this. Or if I try telling people, are you using your Google Assistant? They look at me like I'm crazy. And then if I ask someone, are you using Bixby? They're like, what's Bixby? I'm like, what are you talking about? You have an S8, you know?
Shut the button off.
It drives me crazy, man. I'm like, what are you people doing?
Hey, look, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. You know, usually the average consumer, see the thing about it is we techies. We got to think about the average consumer, right?
And that's hard,
the average
man.
Consumer does not do Bixby. The average consumer don't do Google Now. The average consumer don't do Google Plus. The average consumer don't do nothing. If it ain't Facebook,
They didn't even change the ring.
Instagram, Twitter. That's it. 3 platforms. That's it. You can't get them on nothing else but 3 platforms. They're going to ask you, is it Facebook? Is it Twitter? Is it Instagram? When you say Google Plus, they're going to say, what the hell is that? You say something about Bixby? What the hell is that?
Someone said something about Google Plus. I was like, wait, that's a thing still? Seriously? It's still like lit? Oh, wow, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all about it, man. I'm on there 100% full throttle, man. I love Google Plus, man. I was posting stuff on there now, you know. I'm telling you, Google Plus is crazy, man, because it's awesome, you know. If you're into photography or if you're into Android stuff, boom, it's where you need to be. But I gave up about 2 years ago trying to get friends and family to use it. The only people I got on there right now, like, you know, my girlfriend's on there because I tricked her into using it. You know, I'm like, damn, Google Plus is great. I even got her phone and I like installed it. I did an account for her. I'm like, yeah, man, it's Google Plus. And she's like, what the fuck's Google Plus? You know, I'm like, you'll like it. I've done that. I'm her tech person, right? So every time I give her a phone, I set it up like a nerd from like Mountain View did it. She's like, what's Hangouts? What's Allo? What's Duo? I'm like, no, you need to use your Google Assistant. I'm even a level 7 Google guide. That's how far I've taken this, you know? I mean, it's ridiculous, but it is what it is, man, you know?
Oh, you know what? You know what? I agree with you. The thing about it is, like I said, we as techies, we go through everything, right? But you got to think about this. Like I sit with my parents, like we'll sit outside, have a cup of coffee, and I mentioned stuff like, you know, have you ever heard of Telegram? Have you ever heard of Google Plus? And like, what is that? I just want text message and this. I don't want all that. Most people, the millennials, right? They all got iPhone. They got iMessage and FaceTime. They don't want nothing else.
Yeah. And don't forget Snapchat.
Right? And they go to Instagram. That's it. That's Facebook. That's it. You talk about Google Plus. You talk about Telegram. Man, they don't. People ain't going on that. People ain't going on that. You know, the thing about it is, so when we talk about phones, and I get all these comments about what's the best phone of 2017. Listen, are you the average consumer or are you a techie? That's 2 categories.
Sure.
If you're the average consumer, walk into AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, you either get a Samsung or an iPhone. That's it. Yeah. That's it, right? Or if you're a techie, well, it all depends how much money you got to spend. Mm-hmm. Right? If you're a techie, if you want to spend $1,000, or they got a lot of phones for $1,000. If you want to
not even going to the store,
you know,
right?
And you know something? You want to know something creepy about that? Like, I'm not trying to be funny here, but say you got like Billy Bob in Kansas, right? He has a flip phone. So Billy Bob in Kansas, he's like, oh, I don't need none of that Android, or I don't need none of that Google stuff. Well, what Billy Bob in Kansas doesn't know, I'm not trying to pick on Billy Bob. What the average consumer in Kansas, or like in the wheat field, doesn't understand is people like Google and Apple and these tech companies, they're changing the world as we speak. And whether you like it or not, you're going to get drug into this eventually in some way, shape, form, or fashion, you know? So, because I went through that for a long time where I was like, oh, I don't need all this tech stuff. But then I found out I was getting left behind, and I deal with a lot of older people, and I try helping them out. I'm like, hey, you know, if you want to get your benefits, your disability check, or you need email, you need to know how to use I mean, this sounds crazy. You need to know how to use a printer. You need to know how to scan a document. And if you have something like this, you can do it all with this, you know. I mean, and I've had a couple people, older people, who I've converted into tech people, I guess you could say. And it's made their life a lot better. But I keep hearing from people, and it's so ignorant. Oh, all I need is the mail, or I don't need a $500 or an $800 phone. And the one thing that hurts people the most is when you get these tech reviewers. You know, not us, because I could tell right now we're the extremists. But when you get these tech reviewers that say, "Oh man, you don't need to spend $900 on the phone," or "You don't need to spend $700," or "You don't need this," I'm like, bull crap, man. People, and let me tell you something, if you're on the leading edge of technology, it'll make your life so much better, because like it or not, it all rolls downhill. Okay, so if you want to get whatever, if you want that job, you better know how to use that tech, and you better be quick. Right now, I guarantee you, somebody said, hey, Ace, I need you to send me your resume. Boom, guess what? It's here. Boom, gone. If someone says they need this, they need that, I can do it in a heartbeat. And the quicker you are, the better off your life's going to be, because that's how this is now. Even doctors right now are doing like what we're doing, a Hangouts chat. They don't use Hangouts, they do other stuff, but that's where the world's going now. So the biggest disservice some of these YouTube, these tech reviewers can do is to tell people that they don't need to be cutting edge. You need it right now is the time where we all need to be cutting edge, because AI and these other things are radically changing the world, and we need to know what's happening around us, you know? So that's how I feel about that.
You know, the thing about it is you got to look at it like this, right? If it all depends on people's pocketbook, then it all depends on where they live at. They say when they go into AT&T, think about this. You can walk into AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon store with $200 and get a flagship, right? I mean, that's how it is in the United States. And listen, I had plenty of people on this YouTube channel tell me in the United States we spoil. And listen, I've had people on there from Canada and from other different countries. Right. One of the biggest reasons why we get so much hate in the United States is because you could go on a car parking lot with $1,000 and get a vehicle. You could go into AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon with damn near hardly no money and walk out with a flagship phone. That's unheard of in other countries. Yeah. So it all depends on people spending, because just think about this. If you get people from different countries that watch a YouTube channel, and you tell them, all right, it's $1,000 phone. Obviously, in the United States, it's $1,000. But once you get abroad, that price becomes $1,500. Or then when you convert it to rupees and you convert it to different currency, that $1,000 become almost close to $2,000 to those folks. So, and I've had many people on the show explain that stuff to me, explain it to a lot of my viewers about how U.S. currency is different in different countries. In the U.S., we can buy a phone for $200 and pay $20 to $30 a month and have a flagship phone, no matter what. And that is unheard of to other people in other countries. So you're right. Just say, for instance, somebody come to me and say, Easy, I want to get a phone for Christmas, right? I mean, my thing is, what do you like, iOS? Do you like Android? And if they say they like iOS, I tell them get the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 10.
Yeah.
If they like Android, I always recommend Samsung, because it is a brand that's known to people. See, that's the thing.
And it's going to work.
And it's right. So when people always think, oh, you go buy a Xiaomi, Shimi, a Woo Woo, and a Boo Boo, and the copy, and the Tutu, and the Shishi. What the hell are you talking about, man? What the hell is a Huawei, a Hawaii, and all that? Man,
exactly.
First of all, I would never, when people don't know anything about technology, I ain't gonna tell nobody to buy no Xiaomi and no Huawei's and none of that stuff, man. Go get you an iPhone.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Galaxy S8.
Exactly. And I've learned this lesson the hard way with people, man. Like with family members, I went through a bad phase where I was trying to get everyone to be like, man, you know, get a Nexus device or do this and install Nova Launcher and get a custom icon pack. I went through a bad phase, man, where I was trying to trick family members in this stuff. I did it with my dad. I had my dad doing something a while. I mean, I don't want to really get into it. Long story short, though, my dad had the most miserable time. I mean, I hate to say it, but my dad, you know, he belongs like on an iPhone or something that's just you pull out of the box, you turn it on, and you use it. You know, a lot of us tech nerds, we try to get our family members to like, hey, you need to put pure Nexus on that, and you know, Franco kernel, or you need Liquid Smooth, and you know, we want because we're trying to get them to see what we're experiencing. We want to share the wonderful experiences we're having with tech, but the problem is, you know, they don't know this stuff, and look. I know all three of us right now, we probably spend 10 hours a day doing tech stuff. Sometimes, you know, that's if we're not caught up with our jobs. But my days off, I could be doing tech stuff all day. Now the average person, and what I mean, I'm not trying to say like we're superhumans or we're superior, but to the average person, they ain't doing that, man. They're out there, I don't know what they're doing. They're out there digging ditches, or I don't know what they're doing, but they're out there doing stuff, you know, and they're out there washing the car. They're feeding the chickens. They don't got time to be installing Nova Launcher and putting a custom mic pack. You know what I mean? They're busy feeding the chickens, man. I mean, you gotta give them a break.
About it is, when the average consumer, and I hear these stories all the time, and I know y'all hear these stories too. Average consumer walk in the store, AT&T representative say, "Hey, what you looking for today?" I'm looking for a phone. Well, I mean, we could get you that iPhone for free. iPhone 5C. Yeah, iPhone 5C. It's for free. Guess what's going to happen? It's an iPhone now. That's an iPhone. And they walk right out the store paying zero.
I mean, you know.
Zero.
It's the same, right?
I seen someone the other day they told me they had a brand new phone. I was at a Christmas party last week. She was really excited. She goes, I got a brand new Android phone. No, she said a brand new Samsung phone. And she whipped out an S5.
Yeah, they're still selling them.
I seen this. I didn't say nothing though, because my days of being like the hater are completely over. Because I've already done the damage. I've done enough damage to enough people where I've learned my lesson. Because it hurt me a little bit now. Now that I'm a little older, I'm like, I was really acting like that, but you know, I wasn't. You know, an Android snob, Samsung snob. So when that lady whipped out the S5, I was like, damn, that's nice. I left it at that. I walked away. You know.
Hey, you know what's so funny?
I just walked away.
iPhone nice.
SEs and Samsung Galaxy S5s. You walk in Best Buy, what you go see? They got Galaxy S5 sitting on freaking end caps, for Christ's sake, right? They got them sitting on end caps. They got Galaxy S5 sitting on end caps for like $300.
But let's be honest. That Samsung Galaxy S5 is kind of the truth. It has an 805 processor. It got a great display. The camera's cool. The battery is all right. I mean, it's an all right phone. I mean, I'll just be honest.
It's a good phone. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I had it. I mean, it worked, but you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I can say about that is, you know, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too, you know, we get obsessed with updates, you know, tech nerds are ridiculous. Like, oh man, I'm still on the July update.
Yeah.
Or I don't have the developer mode and blah blah blah. It's like, look, there hasn't been no one's hacked an Android. There hasn't been a breach, okay? Relax, you know. But I get caught up in that too. I'll be honest, because I got rid of my Google First Gen, I think about a month or two ago. And I got the shakes because I wasn't on the latest and greatest, because I think my S8 Plus is running 7.0 and my Note 8 is on 7.1, but I had the shakes because I knew 8.0 was out, so I'm like, damn, that's I'm screwed. What can you do?
Right.
So let
And
me
you know
ask you
what?
I need
guys.
the latest and greatest.
Yeah. The
Like
latest and greatest.
daily
That's the
driver.
whole thing. That's it.
It's all about
I
that
want
software,
Oreo.
man.
Look, think about this.
I want Oreo now.
Could you imagine going to your like friends and family and say, "My phone is running Oreo. What's your phone running?"
I do that.
Get the fuck out.
I do that. When they hand me their phones, I go to the settings. I'm like, what version are you running? And then I update their phone. And then you should see if you want to see somebody get upset, update their phone for them, because they look at it and it's all different. I've had people lose their marbles on me, man. It's like, hey, and all I did was help them in my mind. But I'm realizing now, there's people that you don't help. You need to walk out the door, turn your back, walk away, grab another beer. Don't update their phone. Don't put Google Now Launcher. Don't install Nova Launcher. Don't do none of this crap, man. Don't even update their Play Store. Leave these people alone. They were not meant to have updates. I've learned this the ugly way. I've had people calling me on the phone, crying and screaming, "What'd you do to the phone?" I've learned, man, I do not mess with nothing, man. Let people go their own way when it comes to this.
I learned that too.
If you really want to help them, just be like, you know what? Have you heard of Erica Griffin? Go check her out and walk away. That's what you do. Or go check out, go to Easy Computer Solutions. You hook you up, and then walk away, man. So that way they put the blame on them and not on you, because that's what'll happen.
Yeah,
I've done this.
Articles. Microsoft, Google, Apple. I just sent K-Base. How do I do this? Follow that instruction. If you need help, call them.
That's what you got to do, man. That's what you got to do at this point, man. Because people just think I have an Android phone. For all they know, just a salesman could have sold them something with Jelly Bean, and they're like, "Hey, I got an Android phone." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Let me give you guys some advice. Even if somebody hands you a phone with Jelly Bean, leave them alone. Don't tell them nothing. Say, "Cool, this is great." Walk out the door, man. My days of getting caught up are over.
This is one of the biggest reasons why Apple and they can't change the UI. It's because it alienates people that have older OS. Think about it, right? The people that got Jelly Bean going from Jelly Bean to Android 7 is completely different, and it alienates people. This is why Apple got to be careful with the iPhone 10, because if you got an iPhone, if you're coming from an iPhone, and all of a sudden now you don't have a home screen, or you got these gestures and all that, pull it down from the right, pull it down from the left. That alienates people. People don't like that. They want their home button.
My dad asked me.
That's why they got to be very careful when they change these operators. See, us geeks, we want it. Oh, change this, change that. We want widgets. We want this. But
give me the new.
But the average consumer don't want a widget on the iPhone. The average consumer don't want that. The average consumer don't want this. They don't want that. They just want an iPhone. That's it. It's new.
Hey, can I show you guys something amazing? Since he said that, on this new Google Pixel, on the new Google 2 Pixel XL, I can't even talk now. I'm getting turned up for what? Anyway, so I put a black wallpaper on there, right? And it turned the bar on the bottom a different darker color. But watch this. The folder background, it's dark now.
Yeah.
That's cool as hell. This isn't a third-party line, and it also does that. Your app drawer is the same color. To me, that's amazing. But this is just nerd stuff. What can I do? Anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. See, this is the stuff that I noticed. Like, if I was showing a family member that, they'd say, like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I'm like, "It's the color, the folder,
Look at it.
Because I've done this to people.
I'm teaching you something.
No, I did this to my dad, man. I put Action Launcher 3 on my dad's phone, and it worked for a while, and then something happened. He went crazy, and I tried helping him over the phone. He was screaming and yelling. Don't do it, man. Anyway, never mind. I'm sorry about that.
One of the things that I noticed when people buy phones, I get the phone call all the time around Christmas time. "Oh, easy, I just bought a new phone. I don't know how to set it up." And I think these OEMs want to kind of make it as simple as possible. They don't want to change it. People really it's a learning curve for the iPhone 10. It is. I mean, people want it, but it is a learning curve. And I know Apple knew this was going to happen, right? Because people that want the latest grade, want the gorgeous device, but now since it don't have a home button, people got their face all in it, doing all the kinds of things, trying to open a device. And now since it's all gesture control, and some people like it and some people don't like it. Same thing with Android. Android is at a point where they don't need to me, I don't think Android need to change the UI. They just need to clean it up. That's it. Because think about it. Most of us tech geeks, we're going to download a third-party launcher anyway, whether that's going to be Nova launcher or whatever. But I think Android, this is why Samsung got the Samsung experience on it, to try to make it user-friendly. That's why they got coming out with a pink phones and all that to try to cater to the female. And I think what these OEMs is trying to do is they have to make a UI that's catered to the average consumer. Other than that, they won't sell. See, I think that's the problem with LG and the problem with HTC and the Echoes and all that, because they got the phone in their hand and they got so much crap going on and they don't know what to do. And then over time, it slows down and they got these freaking updates. Think about this. It's sad for average consumer to pull a phone out and all of a sudden they got to sit for 45 minutes to do updates. See, that's the problem. Usually people want to get a phone, get it rolling, and go about their business. But usually when you get an Android phone out the box, you got tons of updates. And the average consumer don't want to deal with that crap. They ain't got to deal with that crap. What the hell? I got things flashing on my screen. Update now. Please update, update, damn it. Press the update button. Why did I sit up there for 45 minutes on my Wi-Fi downloading 500 megs, right, of an update that's going, if you got dial-up internet, right, you can't do it on your data because they don't allow you to do it on your data. So you got 500 megs. You got to download on a 1 meg, internet. So you're sitting up there for 2 hours. That's frustrating to people. It's frustrating to people.
It's horrible, and especially for a lot of consumers. I've seen this at Mona because I'm always messing with people's phones. Their Play Store doesn't update upon setup, and because I don't know if y'all ever seen that, the Google Pixel did that. I had to update the Play Store, and I think to myself, I don't think the average person knows to do that. They want that to go away, and some people, I don't know how they get it to go away. They get it to go away, so they're running phones without Play Store stuff, where their apps are not getting updated. I had a friend at work. He had like the original on his S7. He had like the old version of like Gmail. I'm like, what the hell? You didn't update this? He's like, what do you mean update it? I'm like, the Play Store. He's like, what Play Store? I'm like, right here. And we couldn't even get his Play Store to turn on. And then he freaked out because I was pressing buttons, doing stuff. The freak out, man. But a lot of people don't know, to update the Play Store, and that's, it confuses people, and you're right. It shouldn't have to be that way. Or whenever you get on the screen that says, do you want to restore it to this phone or start brand new? A lot of people are like, oh, I just want to start with a new phone. It tricks them. They press that new, and then they're left with nothing, like, where's my apps at? And I'm like, well, you didn't transfer them. What the hell do you mean transfer them? Or you didn't use Samsung Smart Switch. What's that mean? It's like, oh my God. And then there you go. And people at Best Buy and Verizon, they let people walk out the door not knowing anything. And that pisses me off.
They don't want the money. They don't care. Once you sign your name or put your PIN number, bye-bye. You're no longer my problem.
Right. And you know what?
Exactly.
The customer experience, it suffers because of that. Because us geeks, think about this. On December 25th, on Christmas Day, how many phone calls us geeks go get from parents and friends?
From everybody.
You help me. I got a new printer. I got a new phone. I got a new computer. Could you help me? I mean, I can't get past the welcome screen. And why I got to download 500 megs worth of updates? What is all this? My Wi-Fi is not that fast. And it just takes the experience. And I know Google is doing stuff like in the background. I don't know how that works. I think once you hit Wi-Fi, they download updates in the background, and then when you do a reboot, it automatically start installing, the newer apps. I think but here's the thing: not everybody have Wi-Fi, and that's the point. Just like how we got unlimited data and all that stuff like that. You know how many people that tell me I got 2 gigs? That's it.
Yes.
Now think about this: 2 gigs, and you got to download 500 megs.
Yeah.
You done for the month. You done. So these are the growing. And listen, this FYI, everybody Wi-Fi isn't 100 megs. People got 3 megs, 2 megs, 1 meg, 1.5
that's
meg.
hurting my soul.
Right.
That's too bad. It's rough.
People got the basic. They just need, listen, most of the kids need to do homework online. And so they get the $20 package, right? They get the $20 package just so the kids can to make sure they can go online and make sure that they can go online and check email, and they can go online and they can, go to Facebook. That's it. But as far as downloading this and download that, listen, you gotta think about it. See, we geeks. We thinking geeky, right? If y'all guys talk to average consumers, I go talk to my daughter. I've been a geek since I was born. And I talked to my daughter. She said, "What you talking about, Daddy? What all that crap you talking about?" I just got my iPhone, as long as my FaceTime and all this, as long as I could do iMessage and FaceTime, I'm good. I ain't worried about all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a school of
man.
thought that doesn't distinguish what's in between. So they say, "I've got an iPhone." Well, you realize that goes from like a 4 all the way up to the 10. I think I got an Android. That could mean a lot of different things. Or they say I got a 4K TV. Good TV, sir. Like it ranges to all of these things. And everything. Yeah, it's 4K.
And if you really want to see these people freak out, I mean, it's not funny, but it is. All the, like, say you get a Verizon phone, Verizon wants you to use their cloud. Samsung, they want you to use their cloud. So you get these people that don't know what they're doing. They're signing into all these cloud services, and then they panic because you get these conspiracy theorists. They're like, "Oh my God, it's in the cloud. Now they're really watching me. They're tracking me everywhere." Or I've met people where they're afraid to turn on their location because they're like, "Oh my God, I'm going to get trapped everywhere." But but if you want to see people freak out, because this lady I was helping, she had like Verizon Cloud, Samsung Cloud. She got mixed up with something with Google and then she got scared. She was like, "Where's all my information going?" I'm like, "Well, let me have a look." And then I made it worse. I told her, "Well, your information is going everywhere." I mean, I thought it was funny, but she lost her bacon, man. And so I spent probably 5 hours getting rid of all her Verizon stuff that she never wanted. And I tried turning her into a Google person. It didn't work out. But long story short, though, they're doing people a disservice, man, a really bad disservice by offering all these services and not explaining to them. Because if you ask me, it's good to be in one ecosystem because it makes it easy. Now, I know a lot of people they'll use like a different map service, they'll use a different email service, they'll use a different everything. If I did that, I'd go nuts. I couldn't keep track of it all. I like being able to sign into one thing, boom, it's right there. And I got a Samsung account. I like being able to sign into my Samsung, do all my Samsung stuff, and everything's there. The average person, and I wish people at Best Buy and all these stores would at least take a solid hour and show them, look what I'm doing. Have a room in the back where you take them, right? Sit them down, lock them in the room, don't let them out, and be like, "Look, here's what we're doing right here. Learn." Because it would make their life so much easier,
Hey, cool.
That's part of the problem is they don't even know. When you go to the store, a lot of the times, like, well, for us, when we walk in there, we probably know more than the person that's either selling the phone or talking to them about the phone. But that's part of the problem is they don't know. They just want that commission. They just want to make the sell and be done.
Yep.
Hey, Corey, but don't Apple. Once you go into Apple, you can sign up. They got all kinds of classes at Apple. Right? When you go to the Apple Store, they got everything in the Apple stores, man.
It's an interesting place because obviously I've never been to a class at an Apple Store. I've
seen them.
And a lot of times I try to tell people who want to kind of argue the premium point. Yeah, well, they're all cell phones at the end of the day. There's a premium cell phone, but realistically, build quality can only go but so high. It's not like my iPhone 10's got a diamond Apple logo on the back of it that I could pull out and sell for $1,000. But the experience and the support, if you want to learn about your iPhone, They have iPhone basics. They even have, they recently like revamped it. I think they're calling it Today at Apple, where you can, they literally have a photography class where you can come to their store. They go outside, they walk around, they show you how to take indoor photos, outdoor photos. They show you the videography and how to edit movies on your phone. Like, so they have this whole experience to kind of bring people up to speed who want to use their phone for more than, you know, making a phone call or texting their kid.
You know what? Think about it. I want to get into some of the comments, and some people say people don't want to learn, man. They just wanted to work, and I think that's why we recommend Apple. That's the whole thing. Like, if they just wanted to work, usually 99.9% of the population know what an iPhone is. And I think that's so when people don't want to take the time out to learn, just say like, you know, I want a phone. I ain't want to go through all that crap. I always recommend an iPhone because really, truly, they really don't have any Huawei stores, and they don't have no HTC stores. They don't have no LG store to help you with your problems. Now, Best Buy do have Samsung, you know, kiosks and stuff inside of Best Buy that might help you. Some of the knowledge is not there. Some of the knowledge is not there, though. I've talked to Samsung reps in there, and they're clueless, man. And so you'll learn better going on YouTube. You know,
I saw a thing from Samsung where they say they'll come to you now for support. I mean, what do you think about that, Easy?
All right, that'll work. And you know what? The customer experience has to get better because look, in 2 weeks is Christmas, right? 2 weeks is Christmas. So what happens with all the stocking stuffers? And I did this last year, actually. I bought all the little youngins. I bought all the youngins iPhone 5 SEs or whatever. I bought all youngins because it's the youngins. Listen, from 10 years old on up, or even younger than that, they can open up an iPhone. They know exactly what to do with it. You ain't got to worry about nothing. To me, I think you give the kids a disservice by not getting them an iPhone, because if you buy them that rinky-dink bargain basement phone that's sitting on the peg, they're going to have like, what is this? Like, I don't know how, I mean, then you got problems at that point. But as long as they could go at the Apple store, they know exactly what apps to download. They know exactly what to do. It's so easy for a kid to grab an iPhone or an iPad. You done for the rest of the day, right? You ain't even gonna see them. But try to give them a bargain basement phone, or try to give them that what is those tablets, that the RCA tablet that costs
anything
like
that's not
$10, right?
iPad.
And how slow it's running. They touch it on it, and the app don't want to open, right? I mean, on Christmas Day, could you believe that, Daddy? What's wrong with this tablet?
I think that'd be pretty damn funny to do to somebody, but that's just me.
I mean, I'm just
kids these days need adversity the way we had it, man. Back in the day, we were getting, you know, the boat whooping for Christmas. Now kids get the, you know, hey, here's your iPhone. Hell no. We need to give them a Huawei phone from 2014 just so we can see them crying.
Figure out how to use it. Delete the phone app. Figure it out.
Nah. Could you imagine? Could you imagine your girlfriend or your wife looking at you after you spent $50 on a phone that's hanging up on a peg, and the apps don't open, and you sitting around with Galaxy Note 8s, and you sitting around with an iPhone 10, and all of a sudden for Christmas you give your daughter and son a $50 bargain basement phone that's hanging on the peg. Oh my God!
Security block on it.
Yeah, I mean, you think about
that's funny as hell, man.
That's running Android 4.0. You know, running Android 4.0.
Do you want to know why you couldn't do that, man? Because I guarantee your daughter's friends, your son's friends at school, they all got like the latest and greatest phones. So if your son or daughter shows, that's why I'm glad that my son's all grown up now. Because like, I wouldn't send my son. Look, if I had a 12-year-old son right now, I would not send him to school with anything less than this. Let me see. With this. I take the Note 8, son, because I wouldn't want no one picking on him. I'd be like, nope, you're going to be at the front of the food chain, man. You know, so in a way it's better that I don't have, because my kid would be the nerd. You know, I'd make sure of it. Yeah. You know, I'd be like, no, you're going to learn how to this. You're going to learn how to that. Let me see that, let me see that Chrome thing that you got there, that Chromebook. I'll hook you up, you know? So I wouldn't let my kids go to school with something lame. There's no way. They might be wearing shoes from Walmart and pants from Walmart, but there's no way in hell I'm going to let my son go to school with, like, you know, the ZTE gas station phone. That's just not happening,
man. Hey, look, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. They do have some good mid-tier phones, but it's not a fashion statement. That's the whole thing, man. I mean, if it don't say Samsung on the back of it, and it don't have that Apple logo on the back of it, you're done, man. I mean, you like,
and you got to teach it. And you know what? And you got to you got to teach your kids how to have swag these days, man. Because say you get your kid like a Moto phone, right? And you can use the Moto Maker, or you could a year ago use the Moto Maker to put their name on it, and tell your kids, be like, hey man, my phone does the chop and it has my name on it, and all these other kids. That's going to be the thing that puts them at least kind of up there, you know. But you know, there's always going to be those other kids with the rich parents that they're going to be showing up with, like, hey, I got the S8 Plus and the Note 8. And then there might be some other nerd that's going to show up with this. I mean, I feel bad for kids these days, man. Tech is a vicious game. You get laughed at quick, man.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, you believe it or not, even the youngins, like the 10-year-olds, man, they rolling around with Apple logos on the back of their phones, man. I'm like, damn.
No, I'll be honest. Hey, I'll be straight up, man. I hate to be honest about this, but I'll be honest, man. I'll pick on the younger people. I'll go in whenever I go to Best Buy, I'll walk in there with 2 phones in my shirt, man. I'm like, what's up? You know, because these kids will try to be acting like they're all that, and I'll whip out a Note 8. I'll whip out a Google Pixel 2. I'll be like, yeah, this is how I'm rolling. How you rolling, punk? You know, that's if they want to step up. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm an Android extremist, man. Someone wants to step up like that, especially a kid. I'm like, you're messing with the wrong dude here, man. Because anyway,
so let's answer one good question about Samsung. You think Samsung will do it right with this foldable display? I mean,
I don't know.
They've been working on it for like 5 years.
I'm not interested in a foldable display, because whenever I think of a foldable display, I think of a flip phone. The last thing that I want is a flip phone. Now, whenever they say, "Oh, a foldable display," you know what, man? Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't see it happening.
Well, we're hearing Apple might do it too.
Why would somebody want a foldable display to make the phone smaller? Help me out here. I don't understand the concept.
I think that's the next evolution of technology.
Well, hold on. Now that Apple thinking about doing it, if they're saying, like with the iPhone 10, if they've wrapped the edge of the OLED around the edges, I guess if you think about like a phone that had a screen and the screen just kind of wrapped around at the back, I guess that could make sense, and like it just unfolds to a full-size phone. But either way, I'm still not wild about it. I don't care. That's not something that I need. Yeah, I don't need.
Yeah, I'm not digging it. You know, there's other technology that, you know, and that's the one thing, guys. I want to just give a disclaimer here about me. I don't really get excited about rumors, because about a couple of years ago, I jumped on the rumor bandwagon, and nothing came to fruition. And then it ended up being like Gorilla Glass 4 and a 2600 milliamp battery. But I was drinking the Kool-Aid, man. They were saying that it was going to have a battery that's going to last 5 days, and the display, you'd be able to put your hand through it. And I was going around telling everybody this like a clown. I was at work telling everybody, wait till you see what I have next month. And then I showed up with like the Moto G3. They were like, what the hell is that? I'm like, well, you know, I mean, it was embarrassing. That's what it was, you know. So I don't get too caught up in that, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know, because you know, with batteries right now, how are we going to improve battery life? I mean, all 3 of us in this room, and the people in the chat right now, we know how battery life needs to get improved. Yeah. They're not going to do it though, because if they improved battery life the way it needs to get improved, we're going to be spending $2,000 on these phones. That's what's going to happen. So, I mean, good luck with battery life.
For me, was the Xiaomi Mi Mix. I couldn't kill that phone for nothing. But you know, it wasn't a Samsung or an iPhone, so of course I was the only one with it. Couldn't get anything for it, but that battery lasted almost 2 full days for me.
Yeah, they need to revolutionize.
You know, I think what happened with battery life, and I think what happened in 2017, they went down on the milliamp battery. It's because they rely on the Snapdragon 835.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people was criticizing that, you know, hey, you're coming up with, you had a 3600 milliamp battery in 2016, then you went to a 3300 milliamp battery in 2017. Why is that? Because they relied on the 835 to give them that good battery life. It worked and it didn't work, you know, but you got the mid-tier phone. This is what I get so crazy about technology in these OEMs. The mid-tier phones give you 5,000 milliamp batteries. The mid-tier phones give you 4,000 milliamp batteries. The Honor Huawei phones give you 4,500 milliamp batteries. But the high-end flagship phones gonna give you 2,600 milliamp batteries, right? They give you.
Well, you know, the problem is people want all these, and I'm going to just call it like it is, man. You got like these hipsters in San Francisco or the hipster in New York. They want a thin phone. I'm sorry, but people in the real world, we don't need a thin phone. Give me a 4,000 milliamp battery and give me a phone that's heavy. The average consumer that's out digging ditches or driving the tractor or you know, whatever they're doing, they don't need an all glass phone. These people need a phone that's built tough, you know. So you get like Billy Bob, he's out there, you know, riding the horse or milking the cows, and his phone falls. It's on a break. You know what I'm saying? And these guys don't need what the average consumer needs are phones that are durable. So whenever like whatever they're doing and the phone falls out of the pocket, it won't break on them. You know, the average person,
my entire life. Just throw it around.
The average person in Texas, you know, the guy in Texas drilling for oil doesn't need this phone because it'll break the first day on the job. Okay, the guy in Texas drilling for oil needs a phone. Every phone should be like the S8 Active, you know, indestructible, or like that one. You know, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I guess Caterpillar made a phone a while back. You don't know what I'm talking about? That Caterpillar phone.
Wait. But listen. I'm gonna be a devil advocate here. I'm gonna be a devil advocate here. For what about the suit and tie people, the business guys? They don't want an ugly Caterpillar looking phone.
Yeah, they want something.
You want a beautiful Beyonce. You want
the suit and tie people. The suit and tie people are using iPhones.
Well, yeah,
I know
that's what I'm just saying.
I know I'm stereotyping now, but every suit and tie person I see has an iPhone.
You got an iPhone.
Yeah.
But you know, you get these people. You get the Donald Trump people. They got Android phones, and I'm not trying to say something crazy, but you got the Donald Trump people. They got iPhones, man. I'm just being the truth. I'm telling the truth, man. Nobody gets upset, but you know, you got the people at the Trump rally. At the Trump rally, everyone has a damn Android phone. No one had, you know. I'm just telling the truth, man. Just telling the truth.
I mean, the thing about it is, if the suit and tie people that have iPhones, but I mean, you got suit and tie people that got Android phones too. I mean, you got Galaxy S8, that's a beautiful all glass device, but you could get the Galaxy S8 Active for that person that's working on the milk truck. So I think you do have some devices that does have the more. I mean, you do got. I mean, the Caterpillar phone. I think they do have a Caterpillar phone now, but you're not going to get the
they
same.
Did. It was amazing.
But it won't. But mostly, I think what's happening with the OEM, they're looking for beauty. They want the phone when you look at it, you're like, damn, that phone look good. Let me tell you something, man. When I pull out this phone, damn, that phone look good. Look at that.
And it is.
This phone is beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what happens to me though? Do you want to know what happens to me when I try that though? And I know you all get this too. I pull out this phone, I'm like, damn, this Note 8's beautiful. I've had so many people say, it's just a phone. I get that a lot too. It's just a phone. So, you know, like I said, I'm not trying to pick on Billy Bob, but Billy Bob just wants a phone. And to Billy Bob, this is a phone. You know, so when Billy Bob's out there driving the tractor, he doesn't need Gorilla Glass 5, and he doesn't need like those, like that right there. That's amazing. Hell yeah, that is nice. You know, but I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to show you all something. All my phones are black. Now, my S8 Plus, I don't even know. Oh, I'm using it to do the Hangouts. I was looking for. I'm like, where'd it go? My S8 Plus, I have a Dbrand skin on it, and it looks crazy. You can go on Google Plus and see how I have it tricked out, man. No one's gonna go on Google Plus besides us, by the way. That's nice.
I mean, this is a beautiful phone too, now.
That's nice.
But
And that's another thing too.
You know, they do got beautiful phones.
They
And
do.
This will hold up to a little bang too. You know, this will hold up.
But Billy Bob on the tractor, man, that's when he'll break that in the first day, man. That's terrible, man. We're picking on Billy Bob on the tractor today, man, and we're not trying to be mean or nothing. I'm just saying, man. You know,
Yeah,
you get Pablo. He's out like I don't know doing something, right? He's mixing cement. You know, you get Pablo mixing cement, and he drops his phone. He's gonna be pissed off. And we all know when Mexicans come over here, they make money quick. Mexicans don't come over here and just lay down in bed. A Mexican can walk across the border, and the Mexican border is that way, by the way. And when a Mexican gets here, he has a job. Within a month, he has a new truck and a new house, and he has a new phone. So, long story short, though, I feel bad because I see a lot of Mexicans with cracked screens. I've seen it, and they're on the job. They're building houses. They're mixing cement, and they're always dropping their phones. They're like that in my family, and I try helping them out, and they don't care, man. They got money, and so whatever. But I'm just saying, man, I think like the phones like an S8 Active, if all manufacturers would develop a devices that would be more durable, you know, like an Active or call it the Worker series, it'd be great, man. Because I think, look, I'm kind of a conspiracy guy when it comes to this. I think cases and screen protectors, it's a scam. You know, they build these phones, and they could build them to actually be strong, but they want us to go out and they want us to buy a $50 case. They want us to buy a $50 screen protector. It's a racket, man. It's like the mafia is running the smartphone world, man. It's terrible.
I don't totally disagree with you, though. Man. It's like you kind of build a product and make the ecosystem behind it, because you're absolutely right. There's accessories is like something, I don't know, maybe like a decade ago that didn't exist. Yeah. You weren't buying accessories. It was just, here's your phone.
Right.
Buy. You can buy this this little leather case to put in so you can look cool, but it didn't protect your phone. We just like leather cases. It's just a thing.
I remember that. Those are the days.
Exactly. Those phones were durable. I don't know what. I've ran over a phone before, and it's just like, oh, dang, ran over my phone. Go grab it. Hello? What goes on? It wasn't the thing. That whole scenario about having a phone in your lap and like getting out of the car, that wasn't something you were worried about. I dropped my phone every time I got out of the car. I was like, oh, dang, go my phone. Pick it up, roll on. Battery lasted all day, day and a half, 2 days easily.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you know,
and I can tell you,
power pack.
It's so funny that wow, how time passed by, right? We're a little over time here, man. I know we always go over time, but you know what? It's all good. Hey, look, we love to have fun, but boy, I tell you, I look at the clock. I say, man, we 2 hours already. Man, wow. But tell you what, it's always good to have fun. All right, so. Listen, I see a lot of people that came join us today. I'm gonna give y'all guys the last word before we get out of here. Just going to spam your YouTube channels out again, Mr. Corey and the Tech Couple. Let everybody know. Let me go and put your YouTube channel out there before we get out of here, so everybody can see, so you can get them subs, man. So people can go and watch your channel.
It is a big deal. I think since we started coming on, it's probably been about 300 subscribers. So for starters.
Oh, that's awesome.
Everyone who clicked that subscribe button, and even the super cool kids who went ahead and tapped that bell, thank you so much. It means the world to me and my wife. We try to stay extremely humble. The same Corey and Shrish you get now, if it blows up, will be the same exact Corey and Shrish you'll get then. So we're just, you know, family orientated, clean, high quality. I try to make sure that everything we review and touch is something that's personal, that we care about. And I want to give, you know, we're going to give honest opinions on it. So if stuff sucks or if we're not feeling it, doesn't necessarily mean, you know, it's trash and garbage. You gotta remember, YouTube's all about people's opinion. So if you respect our opinion, then it is what it is. If you don't, then you know,
that is.
You have the right to have your own. But please subscribe if you haven't already. And that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for having me, Easy. I have subscribed to my 2 new buddies here. So that's been done. I did that up front.
Thanks, Corey.
Not a problem, boss man.
Awesome, man. That's cool.
That's right. You Droid Mania.
Oh yeah, thank you everybody. It's been a pleasure. It's my first official live stream, so I'm happy to be here with Easy and Corey and Ace on this one. Guys, come by, check me out. Glad to have you.
Yeah,
help you
man.
protect your devices, get your things set up here. So stop by.
Yeah, and you Droid Mania, y'all go and check him out. He got that nice little YouTube channel going on. Talk about devices, everything underneath the sun. That's it. You got a case review. That White Storm. You know what? I've been hearing a whole lot about that. And you know what? Let me go and hit that subscribe button. Make sure I'm good.
Storm, that's my go-to for any of the Samsung devices right now. I mean, if you
that's nice.
want something that's just like the display, then that's probably the best you're gonna find right now.
Yep, that is. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's definitely a pleasure to have you on the show today. All right, Ace. Oh, I tell you what, you were the man tonight, man. Oh, I tell you, yeah. Look, you brought a lot of insight to a lot of things. It was all good to have you on, man.
I'm gonna go
know about your
I
channel.
want to know about
This was my first live stream as well, and you know what? My page, like I said, my YouTube is for the average consumer, the hardworking person. If something is working good, I'm going to tell you it's working good. If something's turning out to be trash, I'm going to say it's trash. But that's what I'm here for, the average person. I want people to comment, but I want people to send me. I know that the average person doesn't use Hangouts. If you have questions, man, you can find me on Hangouts. Okay, just go to Google Plus, go to my Hangouts. I'll answer questions. I'll help you out. But that's my whole thing, man. And if you want to start making videos, I really want everyone. Look, all you need is your phone, man. And you know what? You're a citizen journalist, man. I want people to get the word out, man. Okay. Information is key. So that's the whole point. That's my message.
That's it.
This has been great. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. And y'all know how we do it. Every Saturday night, boy, we be rolling here, man. I tell you, it's always a pleasure to do Saturday night Tech Talk. And don't forget about Monday Morning Hangover. I am doing my giveaway this Monday. I am giving away a Galaxy Note 8 battery case, 5,500 milliamp battery. If you want to enter in that contest, go to my live stream that I posted and leave a comment. And just make sure you got the Galaxy Note 8. Listen, and it's a United States only giveaway. I don't have I got to get set up an account with DHL and all that stuff like that. But it's a United States giveaway. If y'all guys want to be entered in the giveaway, please go ahead and leave a comment on that previous video. And I'm doing a live giveaway this Monday on my Monday Morning Hangover. And don't forget about every Wednesday night, we got the ladies on deck. Ladies Night Takeover right here on this YouTube channel. Woo! They do a fantastic job.
Hell yeah.
Good. It's really good.
Wednesday nights let me tell you something. They got people that take off from work, that call in for work to be on, make sure they be on Wednesday nights. The Ladies Hangover. There's so much good information. Wednesdays is great. So check it out every Wednesday night. This your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. I want to give a good thumbs up and salute to all the guests that came today. Man, thank y'all guys. Please go check the YouTube channels out. Check their videos out. Don't be a ghost sub.
Nope.
We don't need ghost subs. We need people to participate in watching content. Because subscribing is one thing, but watching videos is the one that we get paid from. When you see that ad, don't come up with no ad blockers. Watch that ad. That's how we get paid.
Only 5 seconds.
It ain't number 5 seconds. Thank y'all guys very much. I will see y'all Monday. Peace.
All right.